Welcome to this training video. This training video is for configuring alerts based off the minimum and maximum thresholds you can set inside the EnviroTrack management interface. You can set whatever values for minimum maximum thresholds that's customized to your environment. A threshold can be a temperature reading, detection of motion, status of a door that may be open or closed, etc. Anything we can quantify with the numerical value inside the EnviroTrack system, we can configure a threshold for alerting. So let's go ahead and log into the management interface and select the account that you want to manage. And once inside you're in that account, if you have more than one location, let's go ahead and select that location. Once the location is selected, you'll see the dashboard. This gives you a quick snapshot of the statuses of your devices for that location, and even the external temperature for that physical location as well is displayed in the dashboard. Next, click on the devices on the left menu pane. Check the name that you'd like to configure, and then click on that name to configure the alerts for that device. Once in the configuration for that device, let's scroll down to the bottom of the device sensor section. This lists all the current available sensors. Anytime you add a new sensor, when the device checks in, that sensor will now show up. And then you'll be able to configure that inside the management interface. Let's select the internal temperature sensor. And now, when inside that configuration, you get a quick snapshot of the graph that tells you within the certain time frame what the values were. But let's go ahead and scroll down and let's get into the alarm limits section. Now in the alarm limits section, you have three options. You have the value threshold you're going to set, the alarm delay, and the alarm return. So let's set a high threshold. This means, for example, we're doing a temperature. If any temperature gets above that threshold, an alarm will be created. The alarm delay is how fast you want to be notified when there is a threshold that has been exceeded. And you'll see there's some options in here. By default, it shows up as instantly, but you can configure it to delay based off whatever you want to customize that notification. Also, the alarm return gives you similar time delay before the notification is sent that the threshold has now gone below the maximum value you set. And this is good because you don't want to have a flapping environment that may be teetering between low and high threshold values. You can set an alarm return delay. And once again, we see this in food storage, medical storage, things like that. So now let's go ahead and create a custom upper alarm message. So below that upper alarm threshold value, we can select the sensor name, and then we can type in whatever custom message we want to be notified that uniquely identifies which sensor has its threshold been exceeded or been tripped. And you can see it could be any message you want. And then we also want to do a return alarm message as well to let you know, hey, now your value is below the set threshold. So this is good in environments where you don't have to go and try to, maybe if I can wait here, it'll cool back down so I don't have to go to the office or, whatever your environment is. So this is a good way to be notified that the environment has now gone below the set threshold, the maximum threshold that you have. Not only is there upper alarm thresholds you can set, but we can set low thresholds as well. Once again, I see a lot of this in medical storage, food storage, because if the environment gets too cold, it can actually damage product. So same thing, you want to set your lower alarm limit threshold. You want to create your lower limit threshold alert custom message as well. And the same thing you're going to set after doing this, you're going to set one for the alarm delay. And this is really good if the minimum value has to be monitored as well. So not only does the EnviroTrack have the ability to do high, but it has low, and it obviously has a lot of thresholds that you can set. Like I said, if we can quantify it with a value, like for a door being open, we can set the door being closed as 0, the door being open as 1, and it's real simple for us to validate that. Last but not least, we want to set a no data timeout. If this device loses connectivity, we want to set so many minutes before you're alerted that, hey, this device and this sensor is no longer communicating with the upstream cloud or on-site appliance. So once you're done, save your settings, and you can see right now I didn't set my threshold high enough because the environment has been operating somewhere around 85 degrees. So we're already in an upper alarm limit. We would be receiving a SMS text message or an email message. So I'm going to go ahead and change that value to 90. I'm going to save it. And then when I go back up and look at my graph, you can see that I'm below the set threshold. So that's how you setting up thresholds, setting up alarm alerts. Very simple inside the management interface. I hope you enjoyed watching this training video. My name's Steve Baker, and if you have any other questions, please reach out to our support. I'll list the contacts here in a minute. If you're ever interested in our products, also reach out to us. We'd love to win your business. And once again, I thank you for watching the video. Have a great day.